Hey guys, just to let you know, this episode of Grunge is going to have some sexual content in it, as well as references to suicide and depression. So please, if either any of these things are upsetting for you, please do not watch this video. Thank you all so much.
September transitioned into October, and then October into early November. So far this year, you've really been enjoying school. You've been getting along well with everyone in your classes and been growing closer to Shang. Your relationship with Carmen has been progressing slowly, little by little. You didn't think it was possible, but you feel closer to her than you have ever had before. You've explored kissing and touching, but can't do much beyond that because the two of you are worried that her family might find out. Both of you agree that it's been a weird transition from best friends to girlfriends. Carmen laughs about how on dates you're supposed to tell stories, but you've already told each other everything. But while things have been going blissfully for you, others in your life are not so lucky. You're walking down the hallway feeling shitty about your last algebra test when all of a sudden a roar erupts from down the hall. You recognize the voice. Who the did this? Shang is standing in front of his locker, his hands over his nose and mouth visibly shaken. His locker is tagged with numerous red dicks and the word... You guys can read that. Sydney and Juan are just as shocked as Shang is. Predictably, the culprit is standing only a few feet away, yucking it up. Kenny is laughing so hard he's holding onto his sides. You think this is funny, asshole? Morale. The cat claws come out, huh, Winston? Shut up. Why then did you do this? Because he's a miserable piece of shit. Let it go, Winston. Because your friend here is Elijah's butt buddy. That is not true. Oh, yeah, it is. I saw them making out at the park last night. Hey, Shang, tell us how you're getting hot and heavy with the school's token... Huh? Hey, Kenny, you dildo. Why didn't you tell it to someone who gives a shit? Predictably, Kenny ignores Brandy. Shang let the dude feel him up underneath his shirt. So obviously, we're going to speak up for Shang. We're not going to be... You can remain silent. I don't know why, personally, you would, but maybe you interpret Serafina's character as a coward. There are options in this game. Kenny, shut up, you stupid shit. Oh, of course you would defend him. You're the one who cares more about gay stuff, Kenny. After all, you watch two men make out in a park. You want to stare that long? There's videos for that. You know that. Your mom works at the adult video store on 5th. Kenny's cheeks burn. Shut up and stay out of it, Serafina. This is about this... Not you. Your heart breaks for Shang, whose face is turning red. His bottom lip trembles as if he's about to cry. And that moment, Elijah and some of the other nerds come racing down the hallway. Shang, are you okay? Hadoken, bitches! Boss, seriously, stop. I think we can hold back on the Hadoken. Get out of here, Elijah. You're the reason this is happening. Wait, what? Shang, what's going on? His voice is so small. He's like a dust mite. Someone saw us at the park last night. Although quiet, the emission is enough to confirm that Kenny was telling the truth. Like wildfire, the whispers spread through the crowd, the words flicking through the air like ash. Shang? Is this true? We had no idea. All this time, and you guys have been hanging out since freshman year. Dude, you're gay? Shang can't respond. His shoulders shake. He's broken out in a cold sweat. His eyes dart around frantically, searching for a means of escape, and the tears start to fall down his cheeks. Shang? Shang, we can move on from this. Maybe you can, but I can't. Mr. Carver is particularly quiet when he addresses your creative writing class the next morning. He stands in front of the room and bites his lip, struggling to find the words that he has to say. It is with a heavy heart that I inform you that your classmate Shang Li attempted to take his own life last night. Gasps rise up from the room. You can't help but immediately burst into tears. Oh, Shang. No, God. Why would you do that, Shang? Sari, I'm here, honey. You bury your face in Carmen's shoulder as she wraps her arms around you. You can hear her sniffle, feel her chest shudder with pain, as yours does. I've spoken with his mother, and he is recovering in the hospital. He will be released soon, but they can't say when. I was thinking that today, instead of doing our usual assignment, we could all write him get well soon cards. Mr. Carver's voice becomes mush in your ears, and you lose your ability to understand anything. All you can think of is Shang in the last day that you saw him. Hospitals aren't anyone's favorite place, but for you, they're particularly horrifying. When you were 5, you had a kidney infection, and you were too little for the anesthesia, so you laid awake the entire time the doctors were performing surgery. Even though you're supposed to be numb, you could feel their fingers crawling around in your innards. You familiarized yourself with the dull nick of the scalpel. You last left the hospital traumatized, and you return in the same state. In your hands, you clutch a bouquet of white daisies. Carmen is right by your side, carrying the box of get-well-soon cards. She squeezes your hand once, then 3 times, but doesn't smile at you. You're grateful that she's here for you. Otherwise, you don't know how you would be able to face Shang. Okay. We're at a very heavy point, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna push through it. Eddie, I can't. I thought I could, but I can't. Ali begins to hyperventilate. Tears spring into his eyes. His entire body starts to shake. Don't push yourself. We absolutely don't have to go in there. I'm not ready. I'm not. It's okay. Let's take a minute. He squeezes his hands. I wanted to visit Shang and apologize for what happened, but I can't stand hospitals. I'll tell him you were here. Sari, I'm so sorry. Can you just give us some space? Why are you darting around like a bird? My son's friend attempted to kill himself. He seems to choke on the words. I'm so sorry. I don't know what else to say. I should be the adult. I shouldn't be in a state of shock, but my hands have been shaking as I drove over here. Oh, I'm sorry. I think that there are some quests that we can do here. Yes, there is one quest that we can do. We just have to find her. There she is. There's Jemiah. Jemiah, the redheaded woman here, she has a quest that we can do here. Sigh. Hello, nurse. Yes, did you need something? You seem down. Something wrong? No, just a bit frustrated and tired. These long hours really get to me. And honestly, I'm a bit disheartened by the fact that there are all of these kids who choose to do stupid, reckless things that put them in danger. That little girl over there broke her leg because her friends dared her to jump from the top of a swing set. How'd she get on top of the swing set? They boosted her up on their shoulders, and of course she fell and not only hit the swing on the way down, her leg got tangled up in the chain. Ow? Oh, yeah. And just last week, another group of boys with blue hair, she must mean Ed and Ollie, they came in after the bigger one got injured lifting 250-pound weights. I mean, 250 pounds! What would make a kid think they could lift like that? And another group of girls went in here just last week for alcohol poisoning. And I noticed kids smoking cigarettes at such a young age, and I just wonder when all these kids are going to learn. Wonder if they're going to get themselves killed or give themselves irreparable health problems. Sometimes I wonder if my heart can handle that. I think that what you do matters. You just care a lot, and we need people to care. Because some of us, we don't have people in our lives that care about us. We just kind of run wild. I'm sorry that you feel burnt out, but thank you for everything that you do. No thank you, darling. You made my day a little brighter. Thank you for listening to me. You earned a heart token. Okay, excellent. So we should be at 52 hearts. I jumped off the swing set and I broke my leg. It really hurts. I'm sorry, Abby. I told you not to dare to do it, Mateo. I didn't think she'd actually do it, Luther. It's not your fault, Mateo. I was the one who decided to do it. Are you feeling better, Abby? The nurse said your mama will be on her way soon. I feel better, Luther. Thank you for helping me get untangled for the swing set and for riding with me to the hospital. First time I've ever been in an ambulance ride. It was kind of cool. Hi, guys. Is Sheng awake? He was sleeping most of this morning, but Juan sobs. He doesn't want to see us. I don't understand. What did we do wrong? Juan, it's okay. We'll just wait until he's ready. No, Sid. I don't understand. Why would he do this? Why would Sheng try to kill himself? We're supposed to be his best friends. He taught me how to tie my shoes in pre-K for Christ's sake. But he can't tell us that he's gay? That he's dating Elijah? Say something or say nothing. That seems a very obvious choice. Okay. Juan, it's not your fault. It's not any of our faults. But if you couldn't come to us when he was in need, then it's not your fault. He's sick and he's getting help. All you can do right now is be there for him. I don't understand any of this. Did you guys know? No. But the more I think about it, the more I realize that the signs were quite obvious. He was always with Elijah. He was super defensive if anyone ever brought him up, or if we asked why they were hanging out all the time. He probably just wasn't ready to tell you guys. Wait a minute, did you know about this? Why didn't you say anything? It wasn't my business to tell. I made a promise. But had you told me, we could have prevented this. No, I don't think that would have made a difference, Winston. I made a promise to Sheng and Elijah that I wouldn't tell. I wanted to respect their wishes and their privacy. So, yes, that is actually true. No matter what decisions you take, Sheng does attempt to take his own life. He does attempt suicide, no matter what you take. So, Winston's being kind of shitty and is trying to guilt you, it wouldn't have made a difference. Sheng also, I should say, he lives no matter what you do. No matter if you were a terrible friend to him, or not, or if you kind of made like an ambiguous decision. There is one opportunity where you can make an ambiguous decision, and it's where you can tell Winston what's going on. Winston doesn't listen, and then Sheng gets mad at you at the track meet, but then you can tell Sheng that you're sorry and that you just did it because you were doing it out of concern for him. So then Sheng kind of like backs up on you a little bit and doesn't treat you as awfully, as harshly, I should say. He's just kind of like, okay, well, don't do that. That was shitty, but like, I get it. Like, don't feel bad. Which kind of gives you a different conversation later on down the line. It's essentially your redemption arc in that sense. Even though I'm not sorry for that. Look, regardless how any is acted or what we said or didn't say, this isn't our fault. The important thing is that Sheng is alive, and we're all going to be here for him, and we're going to support him no matter what. Absolutely, I love him like a brother. Right. I mean, I don't understand it, but like, I don't have to. There's nothing wrong with him. He's a good dude. I can't support this. What? This goes against what I believe in. It's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Are you serious? Winston, you don't mean that, right, dude? Look, guys, I think that this is wrong. There's nothing wrong with being yourself or loving who you want to love. Yeah, no, there is something wrong when his relationship drives him to try and kill himself or hide it from his friends. Gee, Winston, I really wonder why he would have hid this from you. Because he knows that I would have told him it was wrong. This is a choice, and it's a choice that's making his life worse. This isn't a choice. How do you know? I think that if it was a choice, it would be easy to just not choose it, right? Who would choose to go through this, to risk your life, to risk your safety, to risk losing your friends and family? It just doesn't make sense to me. Okay, regardless of all of this, Winston, if you don't support Shang, or if you're going to start on your bullshit with him about how you think it's wrong, you really shouldn't be here. Carmen, no, Sari, seriously. He doesn't have any business being here if he's just going to spout that nonsense. Come on, Sari, let's just go. Yeah, so, Elijah is sitting with him. Shang is laying in bed, crying, smiling. His eyes are puffy. Shang, hi. Oh, hey. I think it's kind of a stupid thing to get people flowers. I know it's not what you need right now, but I wanted to get them for you. We also brought get well soon cards from our class. Oh, thanks. Just leave them there, I guess. My mom will find a vase for them. Shang, I'm so sorry about everything that's happened. You should be. You stop in your tracks somewhat shocked. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. That is probably a big bug because it shouldn't have done that. I'm not quite sure if I made a decision in a previous chapter that might have. That's interesting. So I'm not quite sure what I did to get that outcome. I don't know if I did something else in a previous episode. So essentially, like, your relationship with Shang, if you're not a good friend to him, it's ruined forever. It's a rare day that Carmen loses her cool and runs down the hallway to see you, and it's never about you. She even grabs your hands and squeezes them until they turn white. Serafina. You laugh. Yes? What are you doing the night of November 29th, 1990? Probably hanging out with you. You're going to the Nirvana in Utero concert with me. Your jaw drops. You were a freshman when Nevermind came out, although Nirvana has never been your thing. You know that Carmen loves Kurt Cobain, almost as much as she loves Mana. She's squealing, jumping up and down. Diego got these for my birthday. He's even offering to drive us down. Wait, what? He won't go with us? Nope, he's got some friends he wants to hang with. He's just going to chaperone us so that my dad would say yes. Wow, I can't believe he scored these tickets. Apparently this girl he knows in Georgia works at the ticket office there. I suspect that she's the friend now he's going to hang out with. Well, I'd love to come. I got to talk with my mom first, though. It's going to be perfect. Just me, you, and some great music. Not to mention the entire city of Atlanta to explore. I've never been. Me neither. She leans back against the wall of lockers. To get out of this neighborhood for just one weekend, it's like a dream. This is awesome, Carmen. We can hash out details later, but we got to get to the science fair. Candace is supposed to present at 3:45. Let's hit it. Thanks for coming to my presentation, guys. Of course, I loved how you talked about the sciencey stuff. Yes, I particularly enjoyed this conversation about science majigs. Okay, smartasses, can it? You and Brandy giggle. Candace rolls her eyes and smiles. No, but in all honesty, it was great. Science is boring as shit, but you made it interesting. Your second place ribbon was well deserved. Thanks. I wish I could have gotten first, but there won't be a next year. The future, right? Mm-hmm. Like she has a future. Ah, Becky, what's a day in this shithole without your bitchy behavior? Seriously, Becky, aren't we too old for this shit? I was too old for this shit 3 years ago. Minding your own business is always an option, Becky. Oh, what's the matter? You can't take a joke? No one is laughing. Like I said, if you're gonna be sad and pathetic, you can do it somewhere else. Excuse you, sad and pathetic? You heard me? For picking a fight. It's sad and pathetic. Becky, knock this shit off already. F off, Winnie. Taking their side? Are you serious? You bet your ass. Leave them alone. They are right. You're being sad and pathetic. So Winnie will stand up for you. That's programmed correctly. Winnie will stand up for you if you have helped her with her quest. Becky grabs Candace's wrist. You want to know what's sad and pathetic? The fact that you think you're above me. Let go of me. You think you'll amount to something someday, but you won't. 10 years from now, you'll be some sad baby mom, peddling food stamps for booze, just like your daddy did. So if you think you're above me, think again. Candace gulps and she looks too shocked to even cry, but Brandy's boiling, her face redder than you've ever seen before. Take your hand off her right now, Becky, or your face is gonna meet the floor. Becky twists Candace's wrist and she cries out in pain. Brandy grabs Becky by the hair and punches her in the stomach, followed by the knee in the groin. Becky crumbles to the ground breathless. Brandy keeps clawing and punching. Oh my god, girls, stop. Miss Carlisle, principal's office, now. Brandy allows herself to be tugged away by Mr. Hines towards the principal's office. Here's my project, Mr. Hines. Thank you for your participation in the science fair. Yeah, wish all that drama hadn't happened, but what can you do? Candace, I hope you know what you're doing. You're a bright young woman with a good future ahead of you. So, Brandy's a horrible person because she stood up for me. That's not what I said. No, but that's what you're implying. Becky gets to grab me and call me racist names, and doesn't get punished, but Brandy is an awful person for standing up to me. Again, that's not what I'm saying. Brandy had other ways of resolving that conflict. How? If you ask Becky to stop, she just keeps going. She doesn't care. She could have gotten a teacher. We tried that in the past, Mr. Hines, but she doesn't learn. And honestly, the indifference of the school administration is what powers her to say those things. I've known Becky since grade school, and she's gotten worse over the years, and teachers don't care. And the problem is that how she talks is more dangerous than Brandy's fists. I know you don't believe me, but I've been around long enough to know better. Brandy isn't as violent as you think she is. She just lost her patience. Look, this isn't about today. I've heard the rumors about Brandy and Sari and Carmen. They have their own issues that they aren't dealing with, and that will drag you down. So you expect me to walk away from my friends when they're having a rough time? They've never walked away from me. Brandy is my best friend, so are Sari and Carmen. I'm not going to apologize for that. You want to play devil's advocate for Becky and defend her? Okay, you do you, but don't expect me to listen because I don't want to hear it. How you're talking to me is completely inappropriate, Candace. I'm trying to give you advice. I never asked for it. Again, you're being rude. I'm afraid I'll have to dock you points on your participation grade for that. Okay. She just doesn't care. See you later, Mr. Hines. Brandy, hey girl, principal finally let you go? Yeah, he did, and I've been suspended for a week. Bogus. Well, what can you do? At least I can still graduate. I'd rather be suspended than expelled. Honestly, I think I'm lucky. You shouldn't have been suspended. It's crap. I can't believe Hines would even defend her after what she said. Wait, what? What did Hines say? She gave her a ton of shit. Said that we could have gotten a teacher that we shouldn't have fought her. But what are we supposed to do? She grabbed Candace and was hurting her. They expect us to put up with with it, and it's bullshit. And the comments he made about all of us, about how Candace shouldn't be friends with us, gross. He said that? Brandy, it's nothing. No, seriously, what did he say? He said that y'all are going to drag me down, gave me this huge lecture. Then when I told him off, he docked points for my participation grade. What? No! It's not a big deal. Even if I get a B in the class, I will have like a 3.8 average. It's still good enough for college. But you said you needed a 4.0 for the full ride scholarship. Well, yeah, but there's still student loans. Let me talk to him. This is stupid. Brandy, no, it's over. Let's just go home. She starts crying. Brandy, why are you crying? This is stupid. It's stupid. I don't know why I did this. I can't believe you got in trouble for something I did. Brandy, I didn't get in trouble. I didn't get detention or anything. But Hines gave you this lecture and docked your grade and nothing. Don't worry about it. Stop crying. It's okay. I'm okay. It's really not, because part of me wonders if he's right, if I do drag you down. That is not true. You're literally going to lose a scholarship because of what I did, because my actions reflect poorly on you. You're the only one of us that's going to college, Candace. Please let me make this right. I can go apologize and convince him to fix your grade. I don't want you to apologize. He can go suck an egg. You stood up for me when no one else would. Don't ever apologize for that. But I mean it. I wouldn't trade you for the world. This is a sisterhood, you know? You guys are my family, and you would do anything for me. No matter how wild y'all get, I would rather have you guys as my friends than proper girls who don't stand up for their friends. Well, and here's the thing, Brandy. We don't go looking for conflict. We never have. Ladies don't start fights. We finish them. You stole that line from the Aristocats. Damn straight. It's all good, Brandy. Now, how about we all go over to the Dairy Freeze and get a snack, and then y'all can tell us about this concert. Oh, hell yeah. I'm going to be talking about this concert forever. Brandy, Sari, want to get some ice cream? Today is an ice cream day. Ice cream it is. That night, you arranged to meet up with Carmen and Diego on Saturday morning and drive over. Nirvana is your first concert, and it's incredible. Swarms of sweaty people bop and grind and head thrash. At one point, Carmen climbs up on some dude's shoulders and waves to the musicians on stage. You both score some sweet merch, and after, you decide to take a long drive out to one of the prettiest sites outside of Atlanta, Lake Lanier. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong. I've personally never been to Lake Lanier. I think it's Lanier. It's Lanier. I don't remember. Well, that was a long drive, but well worth it. It's peaceful here. I dig it. She brings out the blue blanket from the back of the truck and wraps herself in it, and then extends it out to you and wraps it around your shoulder. It's chilly. I'm not feeling it. I'm pretty warm. You've been drinking. That's the alcohol talking. No, it's not. We should go skinny dipping. I've heard there's alligators in Lake Lanier. Bad idea this time of night. I could take them. They're really just a bunch of crabby old dinosaurs. Dinosaurs. Isn't that weird to think about? What do you mean? Well, if you think about human history, we've only been here for, what, maybe 10,000 years? I'm 17. No, I'm talking about the human race as a whole. We've been around for 10,000 years, but think about the crocs in the lake. They've been here for millions, probably since most of this world was underwater. I can't even imagine what life was like here in the early 1900s. To think back millions of years, it's unreal. And, isn't it amazing how we're here in this day and age? I think you're a little drunk, too. Carmen laughs and socks you in the arm. No, I'm serious. If we'd been born 40 years ago, my family and I would probably still be living on the island, and the chances of us meeting would have been non-existent. Even if we probably had never been able to hang out and be such close friends because of cultural differences and all of that. There are infinite probabilities and possibilities in this universe. Infinite. And we somehow lucked out to get this moment, this perfect night. So what are you saying? It's fate? She shakes her head. I don't believe in things like fate. I believe in chance and the surprises big and small that come with it. She looks up at the stars and inhales deeply. Ultimately, what happens between us only matters to us in the here and now. And everything we do in our lives, it's not going to have an impact in the long run. After we die, we'll just be stardust again, and the whole universe will keep moving. So you're saying that even if it's cool that we're here together, that inevitably it doesn't matter? Well, it doesn't. Think about it. One day we'll be dead. And then, decades or maybe even centuries later, no one will remember us or who we were. And the human race will eventually come to an end too. That's horrifying. But it's not. It's just reality. She takes your hand and squeezes it. There's no sort of cosmic entities controlling all of this, Serafina. Our actions don't matter to anyone but us. So we can live our lives to the fullest now. You shake your head and you can't believe it, but you take your hand away from hers. She arches a skeptical brow at you. But I want to be remembered. I think it's terrifying to think that one day I'm not going to be here. And I think it's worse to think that no one will even know or care about the fact that I existed, that I was a person. And I want my actions to matter. They do in the here and now. You sigh heavily. She doesn't get it. But maybe you don't either. You wring your hands, but you're desperate for some warmth and lotion. You examine your stubby cuticles splattered with chipped pink nail polish. I want to be a famous writer, you know? I want to write things that matter to people. I want to be remembered for challenging the status quo, for changing what people think. I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm just saying that no matter what impact you leave, it doesn't last. It's like she bends over to pick up a rock and tosses it in her hands. Skipping rocks. It's like skipping rocks. Sari, you can be like that rock, the most perfect, smoothest, best skipping rock in the world. But at a certain point, people aren't going to see the waves that you make. You just return to the lake bed from where you came, and that's inevitable, but that's okay. But what if I'm not that rock, Carmen? What if I'm more like a stone or a boulder, and you push me in the water and I just sink? That's another possibility. She leans against the side of your body. But that's not a bad thing. At least you were a boulder and got to experience what life on the shore is like. Even if that's all you ever did, it's a mathematical miracle that it even happened, that you were here. You realize she's right. An entire night alone with Carmen in an exciting new series, certainly in a new city, is certainly a miracle you never thought was possible. Sitting with her now, passing back and forth a bottle of cheap table wine, feels like some sort of miraculous outcome to a game of chance. You don't have to worry about living up to something, Sari. I know you will. I read your stories. They're heartbreaking, but filled with this kind of warmth that's just so wholesome. Mr. Carver thinks they're melodramatic. Life is melodramatic. I think you write about things that reflect life and human nature. You're smart. Thanks. Why aren't you going to school? She shuffles uncomfortably. I couldn't afford it, even with aid. Plus, I don't like the idea of sitting in a classroom for 4 more years and being told what to do. I don't think I need it. I already have a job lined up at the computer repair place in town. It's not about me thinking that I couldn't make it. I could. I just don't want to do it. I mean, you don't want to go to college either. My grades aren't good enough. After school ends, I'll try to get a job at the local paper. Even if it's just freelance, it'd make me happy. Going to school and continuing to get bad grades would just chip away at what little self-esteem I have left. She knocks her head on her shoulder and closes her eyes. I wish you wouldn't say things like that about yourself. What, that I'm terrible at school? That's not a lie. Well, it's not necessarily the truth. I have talent when it comes to working with computers. You have talent when it comes to writing. These are facts. You put yourself down saying that you're terrible at school, but you hold yourself to these impossibly high standards, like you want to leave an impact on literature. So, I just don't know why you do that to yourself. You're talented, Sarah. You're witty, you're funny, you know how to give really good hugs, and you live to make people laugh even if it means sticking straws up your nose and pretending that you're a walrus. You're you, and I think you're pretty incredible. I don't know why I don't have confidence in myself. Maybe it's because my parents never really supported my dreams or were kind of dismissive of them. Or because no one other than you or Shang or Mr. Carver or Shang told me that you like my writing. I've never had someone say that they believe in me. I do. She squeezes your hand. Okay, I spy with my little eye something dark. Oh gee, what could it be? Is it the darkness? Yes, but where? All around us. No. She puts a fist over her heart. In my soul. Deep. They're so drunk. Okay. No. Hands down. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is the best show on TV right now. I still like Full House. No, Carmen. The song. Full House is a pretty great theme song. Is it as good as the words that is a song that includes the words, I yelled at the cabbie, yo, smell you later? Well, no, but it's cute. I left my ass off every single time. Cabs are smelly. I would know I lived in Brooklyn. I thought you rarely ever took a taxi when you lived in NYC. Yep, and it was because they smelled awful. Imagine if a bunch of stoners got into a car and peed in it. That's what it's like. Ew. And then the leather seats are crusty. It could be soda. It could be food. Ew, stop. Sweat. Oh my god. Jizz. She laughs and shoves you. She hiccups and takes another sip for the wine bottle, which is almost empty. We're not going to be able to drive back tonight. I think it's like 2 a.m. If we stay, we could watch the sunrise. That would be nice. Let's hope we don't fall asleep before then. She closes her eyes and leans against your shoulder. She passes the bottle back to you. You shake your head. She insists on you to take it, and you do, but you set it off to the side. I wish we bought food before we decided to get drunk. This was a stupid decision. Regret. So much regret. She inhales deeply. You can feel her face against your hair. She chuckles. You laugh as well. What is it? You smell nice. Thanks. You smell like food. I forgot to mention before we went to the concert, I rolled around in the fryers at McDonald's. Gives me that nice French fry smell. God, you smell good. When you turn your head and oddly sniff, she laughs. What do I smell like? Sweat, booze, and Bath and Body Works. Which scent? Like sea cucumber. I love myself some sea cucumber shampoo. Sinead O'Connor's Nothing Compares to You begins playing on the radio. I have to unfortunately turn off the music. Because it is copyright. I love this song. She laughs. Why? It's so sad. It's beautiful, but it's sad. Just because it's sad doesn't mean it can't be beautiful. They're not mutually exclusive. It is a pretty romantic song, I'll admit. Can you imagine going through life and nothing being as good as that person? Life has no color, no music, no meaning without that other person. Can you imagine what a love like that is like? I don't need to imagine that. Your lips graze against the top of her head. She tilts her face up to meet yours, and your lips meet. Her forehead slide down on the bridge of her nose in the space between her cupid's bow and nose. You feel the vibration of her laughter, hear her familiar chuckle. She kisses you full on the lips, parted only slightly. You're breathless as her fingers curl in your hair and your lips trail down her neck. But because you're you in the moment by saying, that tickles. Sorry. She licks her lips and pulls back. You hesitate, because you don't know what will come next. How far will she want to go tonight? Your lips are really soft. I'm trying on a new chapstick. It's got strawberries in it? Yeah, that's the flavor. I like it a lot. She kisses you again and the smile is back on her face. You reach your hands up and you don't know where to put them. Even after this time, all this time you don't. In her hair, on her shoulders, on the small of her back. There's so many options, but mostly you're starstruck by the fact that this isn't even happening right now. You're such a good kisser. She says this softly, pulling away for a moment, but you can't enjoy the fact that she's enjoying this, knowing there's so many questions running through your mind. I'm sorry, a lot of making out, so... Is this good? You ask her as you suck on the inside of her neck. Yep. Can I tell you a secret? What is it? I've always loved your body. Seriously? Why? You're so lean and muscular. I like your curves. And I thought you always looked fantastic in a swimsuit. People tend to like skinnier girls. That's so dumb, though, don't you think? Skinny girls like me don't have bodies like this. Are you trying to say you like big breasts and asses? Yeah, I do. I thought you said when I first asked you out that you'd think about me in a sexual way. Oh, I mean, I didn't. But I always liked looking at you. You mean when I was changing in front of you? I mean, yeah, I catch a glimpse of you here or there. I never stared at you, though. Then how would you know what I look like? Well, when you're in a swimsuit, Sarah, it leaves very little to the imagination. When we first started going out, and I thought that I'd like to touch you, see more of you, things that I'd never seen before, and that was exciting. See more of me? Yeah. How much more of me would you like to see? Is this a trick question? Yes, answer it correctly, and you win a prize. However much you're comfortable letting me see. Is that your final answer? Yes, I'm locking it in. Did I win the prize? Results are being tallied. You'll have to wait. What do you have to tally? The judges have to rate your answer on a scale of 1 to 5. What's a winning score? Who are the judges? We're the only people here. What, did the crocodiles get to weigh in? Am I a judge? Because I think my answer was pretty damn good. Please hold all further comments until the judges have decided. We have a winner. What was my score? You kiss her and she laughs. Was that my prize? Nope. So, Sari takes off her bra. Carmen, where is my... And then Carmen, like, you reach back to... Sari, like, reaches back to take off her bra, and then Carmen's, like, yeets that shit. Carmen, where is my bra? I'm sure we'll find it in the morning. What do you think? Everything you've ever wanted? She doesn't answer the question. She pulls you into her lap. Okay, very good. Very good. Very good writing, me. What's my question then? Who is the scientist who discovered the true shape of DNA? What? That is not an answer, Serafina. Why am I being graded on science knowledge? Wrong answer, but you're an audience favorite this season. So now we're even. This is nice. We haven't had a chance to do something like this. I mean, we've been kissing and making out and stuff, but it's hard to do this stuff unless we're alone. Yeah, I know what you mean. You took a strand of hair behind her ear. So have your feelings changed? What do you mean? Well, when we first started going out, we weren't sure how long this would last. Would you say that you're comfortable with the idea of us staying together? Don't know. Think you'll have to take off more clothes to convince me of that one. You're an asshole. You're hot. She kisses your neck and places her hands on your hips. I love this. I love being with you and doing these kinds of things with you. And the more time we spend together, the more time I think about how much time we wasted. Aw, mushy. I know. So to answer your question, yes, I want to be your girlfriend. You kiss her. Excitement. You've been dating for a while, and like you're just now being her girlfriend. Damn. You pour one out for the real one. You kiss her, excitement growing in the... Okay, so, basically, they have sex, guys. They have sex. This is the next day after they've had sex. Okay, excellent. Hey, call Diego. You got hammered last night and apparently didn't realize we never came back. Haha, glad he had a good time. Did you order lemonade for me with breakfast? I did. What's wrong? Well, never mind, it's nothing. No, it's okay, what's up? Last night was awesome in so many ways, but... You regret it? No, not at all, never. You said you wanted to be my girlfriend. Carmen, where's this coming from? I do. Sari, just listen to me for a second. Last night I think we moved too fast, so you do regret it. No, that's not what I'm saying. I figured last night we'd do things, but I didn't think we'd ever go that far. My body and heart got ahead of my mind. How is that a bad thing? It was in the moment. Right, in the moment it was great. I still have some things I need to figure out. Like what? I don't get it. You say you want to be my girlfriend. You say that you like me, but then the next morning you're all wigged out? Look, Serafina is being extremely hostile here, okay? So if anybody's like, she's being hostile, yes, she's written to be hostile here. Look, I feel like I have to figure out if I want to come out and what to come out as. I can't keep this a secret forever. what to come out as. I mean, I don't know if I'm gay. The room starts spinning. So you do regret it. Sari, please stop saying that. No, I don't. You're sitting here and telling me that you aren't gay when we just had sex last night. I don't know why you feel like you have to come out or figure out your sexuality. You had sex with me, but you're essentially saying you still like boys? I don't know. Maybe less and less. Wow. Why are you so angry with me? Because it's like you regret what happened and you're trying to avoid telling me you're straight after all. So Sari is being really biphobic here. Carmen, for the record, is not bisexual. She is just somebody that never realized that she didn't have deep feelings for boys. She just kind of went with them because that's what she thought that she was supposed to do. You're not being fair. I've been patient, Carmen. We've been in the pseudo will we won't we for a few months now. Last night, I thought everything was coming together. But the very next morning, we're falling apart. I don't know why you're being so hostile and freaking out. Would you have a problem with me being bisexual? I'm not saying I am. Honestly, probably not. No, I wouldn't have a problem with that. Really? You sure about that? Honestly, I wouldn't have a problem with you telling me this any other time, just not after last night. I'm sorry that this is so inconvenient for you, Sari, but if we're going to be in a relationship, we need to be honest and communicate with each other, just like we do as friends. I know this hasn't been easy for you, but it hasn't been easy for me either. Sari? I don't think you have any idea how hard this has been for me. All the time I spent waiting for you, worrying about you, scared that I was going to lose you. I'm ready to commit and you're getting cold feet. You know what? I think I'm done having this conversation. You're so selfish. She shakes her head and her eyes well up with tears. You watch her exit the building. You don't go after her. Why don't you go after her, you asshole? What is wrong with you? Why is your brain so broken? Surprisingly, or maybe unsurprisingly, Diego isn't that unhappy when you return despite being gone all night. No, the three of you are making the long drive back to North Carolina. Carmen hasn't spoken to you since last night. Even when Diego takes the wheel and she's sitting with you in the back of the truck, she still won't say anything to you. She flips through the pages of a book of poems by Pablo Neruda. Hey, so how was the concert last night, you guys? Incredible. She perks up a bit, but you know she's acting. She doesn't even look up from her book. Yeah? That's awesome. I'm glad you guys had a good time. Where'd you go after? Lake Lanier. Nice. Sari or Manita, you're kind of quiet. I don't feel well. I think the breakfast I had was bad. Yeah, and I'm just tired. Oh, okay. You drive for 4 hours in almost complete silence, except for the 30 minutes when Diego tried to get the three of you to play I Spy games in which almost every answer is rock or billboard. When you get back to the city, they drop you off in front of your apartment. She nods goodbye, but she doesn't say anything. It's been 1 week since you went to the lake, and Carmen has been avoiding you completely. You decide that you're going to try looking for her before you go to your last dance practice. I am so sorry that this was such a long episode, y'all. I deeply apologize here. But we are now at the end. This is just a very dense and heavy chapter compared to the other chapters, but we are going to bring this this episode of the walkthrough to the close. So like I said, we've got about 3 airs going on, and then it's possible that Shing's quest also isn't working. I honestly cannot remember what I did in like previous playthroughs. I might have picked something or done something that would have set us on the wrong path. Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to take a look into that. But I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, if it was useful for you, please leave a like. It really does help the channel out. Additionally, consider subscribing so that you get updates on when I upload future episodes. And without further ado, thank you again so much for watching. Bye! Special shout out to Patreons AceWolf741, Deep Dive Dylan, Brian White, Caleb Putnam, and Robin Harper.